Hello, Scrufftards and everyone else. Welcome to the War Zone. I'm Scruffy, and this is Scruffy Tales. This is going to be a quick frontline update for the 15th of December. We're going to take a look at Kopiansk and Pokrovsk. South of Kopiansk, Russia has made some gains, but I'm going to focus on north of Kopiansk at the river crossing, and then we're going to head down to Pokrovsk and see if we might have figured out what the Russians are planning. So it's a quick one. Right, so to begin with, we're moving into Kopiansk, and I don't know, I totally missed this in my previous video, or maybe the update came in later on, I don't know, but, sorry, Russia has expanded its control west of the river Oskil. As you can see, I haven't really mapped out all that much here at Kopiansk, but here's Kopiansk. Russia's coming down through this forest here, trying to reach the urban areas. And they made a move up here, but were forced back, crossing the river. They moved into these marshes. And they also made a crossing here, ended up in right here between the river and these cliffs. And this box here is what they initially controlled and has been in control of for several days now. And now we've seen on Deep State an expansion of Russian control. They moved north between the river and the cliffs. They moved up into this valley here and this forest, and they've also made it into the outskirts. The first couple of buildings here on the southern end of Dvorichna, and apparently they have also managed to push out southward and up on the high ground here into these forests here. So taking a look at ISW's map here, you can see here contested area. These are claimed Russian advances, the yellow. But if we take a look, so this is where they initially gained access and took control of this valley leading up these steep cliffs, and then they have moved north, according to Deep State, taken control of the slopes here and pushed into these buildings right here, and also moved south and made it up this valley up on these hills here, taken control of these woods in this valley, and also pushed in a bit into this valley right here. So Russia is expanding, and I mean they're getting troops across the river obviously, and Russia and Ukraine is unable to prevent it. And it appears as if Ukraine is having issues at the moment to contain the Russians in this area. And they're making a move towards Dvorichna, and the ultimate goal would be these bridges right here. And we can see here that the ISW is currently having these bridges under Russian control. It has been like this for a couple of days, a week or so, but no other mapper has confirmed it. So we only have ISW claiming that Russia is in control of these bridges, and I guess this is the ultimate objective here for Russia to secure these bridges. Otherwise, I don't really know what they're doing here. And after the bridges, I guess Dvorichna and later on Zapadne would be the obvious objectives. But I think now that they are well established here, they want to push north into Dvorichna and control these bridges. And taking a look at Pokrovsk, Russia has pushed out into this area here, securing territory that was Ukrainian up until recently. They moved out here, made a move from Pushkina here, clearly heading towards Novolenka, and they are now in a position where they can actually begin move here since they forced Ukraine back from this pocket here. We have seen them push in strongly into Shevchenko. The outskirts of Shevchenko is still in Ukrainian control, but if they take control of this town, they are in a good position to begin making proper moves towards Pokrovsk, making moves to Pishane, and making moves up here into these areas here where they can begin thinking launching assaults on Pokrovsk eventually. And taking Shevchenko will be crucial for the Russian efforts here at Pokrovsk. Further south, as we all know, this area here was almost surrounded, and the Ukrainians had to fall back, and it is now, would be my guess, in complete Russian control. And the Ukrainians have been forced to defend Konstantinopolsk and Yantarne. And as you can see, Russia has moved in to the eastern parts of Konstantinopolsk, and they have also begun making a move on Sukyali, coming into the eastern parts of that small village as well. And I think it kind of feels like up here, if we make use of this, that Russia, they want Novovolivka and Ukrainka. And so it kind of feels like they're trying to make something like this at the moment. And down here, I suspect that the plan for Russia is to move up along the river here towards Andrivka, something like so, threatening the supply line leading into Krakow in the long run. And I mean, if we zoom out a bit, as you can see, you're narrowing the Ukrainian pathways into this area. And I mean, it's easy to imagine Russia trying to make something like so, and taking a fight, pushing into Andrivka and pushing in from the north to force Ukraine in this area to fall back, as Russia is closing in on Andrivka to cut them all off from supplies and reinforcements. We've seen Russia trying these tactics or the strategy up in Kursk, where you come in from two avenues of approach in a pincer move to try and cut off large formations of Ukrainians. Hasn't really worked out in Kursk, but we've seen Russia trying these tactics, these strategies, and I think we're seeing the same thing here in south of Pokrovsk, with Russia trying to push in towards Andrivka from the north and from the south to force these Ukrainians here to fall back. And at that point, Russia will have taken control of the vital supply route leading up to Shevchenko, also from Shevchenko down to Andrivka, and from Andrivka all the way to Donetsk. And this supply route is crucial for the Russian efforts in assaulting Pokrovsk. So I think that is what we will see eventually. This push southward towards Andrivka, and Russia following the river north towards Andrivka, and that will force all of these Ukrainians over here to eventually fall back as they're in danger of being cut off from supplies and reinforcements. So I think that's what's going on here south of Pokrovsk. Like I said, a quick one, super focused on that river crossing north of Kopiansk, and also maybe what Russia is after short term down in Pokrovsk with that potential larger pincer move. So we'll see if that comes into fruition or not. Anyway, that's going to have to be it. See you in the next one. Go på marsch, Ukraine, and give them hell.